Our first responders are really the heroes and the ones who we want to remember today, as well as those who we lost.
Let us pray for those who struggle against oppression and injustice. Those who do not remember the past are doomed to repeat it.
We're fortunate to have Mr. Glenn Carano here, retired warrant officer from the U.S. Coast Guard. And I mentioned that he was from New York City, stationed in New York City on that terrible day 22 years ago.
Right, the day started off, it was a beautiful day. I mean, not like today. It was a beautiful fall day. I had a case going on at the U.S. Attorney's office up in White Plains. I remember going into the office, sitting there, and someone running in saying, the towers just got hit, a plane just went into the towers. Now, being from New York, you know, things do happen. I went outside and I was watching with the building manager. We were watching the towers and everything going on. That's when we saw the people jumping out. At the time, didn't even realize there was people jumping out. It looked like building siding, the way they were floating down. As we stood there, that second plane went right over our heads. Just in shock, as the plane went right over our head, made the bank, and went to the second tower. That's when we really knew we were under attack, right? I remember trying to get to the towers. At one point, heading towards the towers from Barry Park, and that's when they collapsed. Right, 343 firemen perished that day. So far, 340 have died from cancer related to 9/11. And we all saw the horrors of that day, but we also saw what this country is capable of when it is united. Right? And that's also something that we should never forget.
It's hard to believe that 22 years have passed since the events that we now know as of 9/11 transpired. But today, the town is now hiring police officers and firefighters who have no memory of September 11th, 2001. We should always honor, remember, and never forget the 37 police officers of the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey Police Department, the 23 New York City police officers, and the 343 New York City firefighters that were lost that day. A total of 403 first responders perished that day, making it the greatest loss of life for our first responders in United States history.
Those firefighters in the entire city responded, rushed into that building, and went to do what we do as firefighters every day, and it was to make rescues and fire control.